well you can talk. It's about what you do. It's about the actions you take every day, the choices you make, and the effort you put in when no one else is watching. Too many people think they can talk their way into success. They believe if they explain their plans enough, if they hype themselves up enough, then somehow that'll substitute for the real work. But it doesn't work that way. Words alone don't move mountains. They don't build businesses. They don't change lives. You can talk all day about your dreams, your goals, what you're going to do, but until you get up and take that first step, it's just noise. That's all it is, noise. You ever notice how the people who talk the most often achieve the least? That's because they're too busy running their mouths to do the hard work, the quiet work, the work that happens behind the scenes. Real power comes from action. It comes from consistently showing up, putting in the effort, and doing what needs to be done, especially when no one's looking. It's about pushing through when you're tired, staying focused when distractions try to pull you off course, and making sacrifices when necessary to reach your goals. Think about the people you admire most. Chances are it's not because of what they said, but because of what they did. Because they took risks, they put in the work, they stayed committed. And they didn't just talk about what they were going to do, they did it. They didn't need to make grand speeches or seek validation from everyone around them. They let their actions speak for them. They let their results tell their story. Now, that's not to say words don't matter. But words only have power when they're backed by something real. When you've put in the work, when you've walked the walk, then your words carry weight. But if all you've got are words, people will see right through you. In a world filled with constant noise, it's easy to mistake talking for doing. People are quick to fill the air with opinions, explanations, and excuses. They get caught up in the need to be heard, thinking that the more they say, the more important they seem. But here's the truth, all that noise. It's just a distraction. It pulls you away from what really matters. Talking about your plans, your dreams, and your ambitions can feel good. It gives a false sense of progress, like you're doing something just because you're discussing it. But in reality, you're not moving forward at all. You're just spinning your wheels, stuck in a cycle of chatter. The more you focus on explaining yourself, the less energy you have left to actually do the things that will get you where you want to go. Substance, on the other hand, is what moves you forward. It's the action you take, the work you put in, the effort that no one sees. It's the late nights, the early mornings, the sacrifices you make to turn an idea into reality. Substance is what separates the dreamers from the doers, the people who say they're going to do something from the ones who actually get it done. When you're focused on substance, you don't have time for distractions. You're not caught up in trying to impress others with words or getting validation for your ideas. You're too busy working, too focused on the task at hand. You understand that results speak louder than anything you could ever say, and that's what you prioritize: results, not recognition. And while everyone else is making noise, you're making moves. You're not distracted by the buzz around you, by what other people are saying or doing. You stay locked in on your goal, on your path, because you know that in the end, it's the work that matters, not the noise. It's what you accomplish in silence that creates the loudest impact. People will follow what they see more than what they hear. You can spend all day telling someone how to do something, laying out plans and offering advice, but none of that will carry the same weight as simply doing it yourself. When you lead by example, you become the living proof of what you preach. You don't need to explain, justify, or convince others. Your actions speak louder than any words ever could. Leadership is not about standing in front of people, giving speeches, or directing traffic. It's about being in the trenches, doing the work, showing the way through your own behavior and dedication. When others see you putting in the effort, staying disciplined, and making sacrifices, they're inspired to follow suit. They see what's possible through you, and that's far more powerful than any explanation you could ever give. The best leaders don't act.
Hey, we're on the TQQQ here. It's triple leveraged of the NASDAQ. NASDAQ opened with a big pop today. Made most of the money day trading to the short side today. So let's pull this up. Most of the money was made to the downside. You know, if you're if you're trading, you got to be flexible. Pull this up here. Now, what I look at when I'm day trading is I'm looking at the slope of the histogram here. Pull this up. Should be able to see it on Instagram too. Welcome Instagram to the live. This slope, this is the direction that I'm looking to trade in. Now, this is not, obviously not 100%, but when I get these extreme levels like we did here, and then we got what appeared to be a doji, and we had the histogram ticking our way. So that's usually a pretty good setup. It doesn't appear to be working right now. But up, I don't know, about $500 on the day. Mostly played to the short side since they opened. Right in here and then right in here were the two big ones. Right now, I'm trading to the long side. This is my jump off point here. Earlier, when I was trading to the short side, bar by bar, meaning the first bar that I have that moves against me, that moves against the previous bar, then I would be out. So very, very quick. So you can see now, here we'll put it on it. We'll bring my man Denzel back in. We'll let this kind of run a little bit. We're about $550 this morning.
Ask others to do something they're not willing to do themselves. They set the standard through their own actions.
I'm at 450 shares right now.
You work harder. If you want them to be disciplined, you show them discipline in every decision you make. If you want them to persevere, you demonstrate resilience through the tough times. People respect actions because actions don't lie. Words can be empty, but when someone sees you consistently showing up and giving your all,
shares,
they know you mean business. They know you're not just talking, you're living it.
I'm in a full position now.
And that's what motivates people to follow, to push themselves, and to believe in the mission. Leadership by example also creates trust.
Oof.
People know they can count on you because you've proven yourself through action. They don't need to second guess your intentions or wonder if you're just full of talk. Your actions give them confidence in you and in the direction you're leading them. They'll listen more closely to your words because they know your words are backed by real, tangible effort.
Well, hold on just a second.
When you lead by example, you create a ripple effect. Damn. The people around you start adopting the same behaviors. They start working harder, staying more focused, and showing up with the same commitment you do. Leadership becomes contagious, but only when it's rooted in action, not just explanation. Respect is something earned, not demanded. And the most powerful form of respect doesn't come from what you say, but from how you carry yourself.
Come on, baby.
Your presence alone, your demeanor, your attitude, your actions should speak volumes long before you open your mouth. People should feel your energy, your confidence, your integrity, just by being in the same space as you. When you walk into a room, people shouldn't respect you because you say the right things or because you introduce yourself with authority. They should respect you because they can sense something in you, a quiet strength, a firm resolve, an unwavering confidence that comes from within. It's about how you hold yourself, how you move, how you handle situations with grace and composure. That kind of presence doesn't need words to back it up. It's something people feel instinctively. Presence comes from a deep inner confidence, and that confidence is built through action, experience, and self-discipline. It's not about being the loudest or the most charismatic person in the room.
Oh.
It's about knowing who you are, what you stand for, and having the track record to prove it.
I'm going to add shares.
When you put in the work, when you face challenges head on and come out stronger, people will recognize that without you having to say a word. Commanding respect with your presence also means staying calm and collected under pressure. When things get chaotic and everyone else is panicking, You remain steady. You don't react impulsively or let your emotions control you. You think before you act. And you don't waste time with unnecessary talk. That calm, controlled energy is magnetic. People gravitate toward it and they respect it because it shows that you're in control not just of the situation, but of yourself. People will always watch how you handle yourself in tough times, in moments of stress, and how you treat others when no one is watching. If you handle those moments with integrity and strength, your presence will naturally command respect.
Breaking out above the 20.
It's not about showing off or making a spectacle of yourself. It's about moving through the world with purpose, carrying yourself with quiet confidence that tells people they can trust you.
Damn. Keeps getting
they
knocked
can
down.
count on you to lead by example. True respect doesn't need to be forced or explained. It's a result of consistent, authentic actions. It's about building a reputation that speaks for itself. So when you walk into a room, the respect is already there.
Damn.
We live in a world where explanations often take center stage. People feel the need to explain their intentions, justify their actions, and make sure everyone understands why they're doing what they're doing. But the truth is, no amount of explanation can replace the power of execution. It's easy to get caught up in explaining the why behind your plans, but without action, those explanations are empty. It's execution that turns ideas into reality. When you focus on execution, you're showing that you're not just about talk. You're proving that you have the discipline, the focus, and the determination to get things done. Explanations can only take you so far. They set the stage, but they don't move the needle. Execution is what moves things forward. It's the difference between someone who dreams and someone who accomplishes. In the end, people don't remember the explanations, they remember the results. They remember what was achieved, not the reasons behind it. Explanations are necessary at times, but they should never take priority over execution. When you get too caught up in explaining, you waste time and energy that could be spent actually doing the work. Think about it, the most successful people didn't become successful because they talked their way there. They didn't sit around explaining their vision over and over, they executed. They took risks.
Hey guys, thanks for posting in Discord that I'm live. Appreciate the fucking help.
And they kept going.
Jesus fuck.
Every step forward came from action, not explanation. They let their work do the talking for them. When you're constantly executing, you don't need to explain. People will see the results, and that's explanation enough. Action speaks a universal language. It doesn't matter where you're from or who you're dealing with, everyone understands results. They understand outcomes. And those who execute consistently stand out. They don't have to explain what they're about because their actions speak for them. Their track record is their explanation. Execution also builds credibility. When you deliver, people trust you. They know that when you say you're going to do something, you're actually going to do it. Explanations might build temporary understanding, but execution builds lasting trust. And trust is far more valuable than getting someone to understand why you're doing something. It shows that you don't just have good intentions, you have the capability to see those intentions through to completion. At the end of the day, execution is what creates progress. It's the engine that drives success. While others are busy explaining their next move, you're already taking the next step. You're focused on doing, on achieving, on pushing forward. That's what makes the difference. Explanations might give you a moment of clarity, but execution gives you momentum. And in life, momentum is everything. There's a certain power in silence. It's not the silence of inaction or hesitation, but the kind of silence that comes when you're focused, working, and making moves without the need to broadcast every step. In a world full of noise, where everyone is trying to be seen and heard, true strength often lies in the quiet. When your actions are strong enough, you don't need to fill the space with words. The work you put in, the results you achieve, will speak for themselves. When silence is paired with action, it creates a sense of mystery, of quiet confidence. You're not announcing every move, but people can feel your presence. They can see the work happening, even if you're not talking about it. That kind of silence commands respect because it shows that you're not doing it for attention or validation. You're doing it because you're committed, because the work itself matters more than the recognition that comes with it. In contrast, people who talk too much about what they're going to do often use words as a substitute for real progress. They feel the need to explain, to be seen, to get reassurance. But when you're truly focused on the work, you don't need to make noise. Your results will be loud enough. And when you do speak, people will listen because they know your words are backed by action. They know that you're not just talking, you're living it. Silence also gives you the advantage of moving without interference. When you're not constantly announcing your next steps, you have the freedom to pivot, to change direction, to take risks without the weight of public expectation. You're not tied down by what you've said because you haven't given anyone the chance to form expectations based on your words. Instead, you let your actions build the narrative. And when the results are revealed, they speak with a clarity that words never could. Pairing silence with action also demonstrates discipline. It shows that you're not chasing applause or attention, you're chasing excellence. You're focused on the long game, on the bigger picture, and you understand that making noise along the way is unnecessary. You've got your head down, you're putting in the work, and you know that when it's all said and done, people will see what you've accomplished. The impact will be undeniable, and it will have come without the need for constant commentary. That silence is powerful because it shifts the focus from words to deeds. It lets your results do the talking, and in doing so, it amplifies their impact. People start to notice the changes you're making, the growth you're experiencing, and they respect that you didn't need to advertise it. The work was done in silence, but the results are undeniable. That's the kind of silence that speaks louder than any words ever could. By not filling every moment with talk, you create space for others to reflect, to observe, and to appreciate the depth of your actions. Silence paired with action creates an aura of certainty, of quiet strength, and of relentless focus. It's the silence that comes from knowing you don't need to shout to be heard. You don't need to explain to be understood. The work itself, the effort, the dedication.
The work itself. All right, man. So we've got this long. Let's look at this on the daily for just a second. Take this down. All right. So if you look at the 5 minute, take this down. Then we'll blow it up. You see it, right? So you start to see the money flow. See it? So the reason we look in the past, so whenever I look at a chart, I always go back and say, okay, if I'd been in this trade, let's see if it'll let me save it. Oh, I did. Nice. If I'd been in this trade, what stage are we in? Well, we're obviously right here, right? I mean, we're obviously in stage 1. So if time continuity, if we jump over to the 1 minute, you will see what that looks like. And it looks a little rougher, it looks a little rougher than the 5 minute, right? Because you need 5 bars to make 1 bar on the 5 minute. So as I look at the camera, I have the camera sitting on a pad, and on the pad, I have a split screen. On the split screen, on one side, I have a 5 minute. On the other side, I have a 1 minute. And then over here, if you're following me on YouTube, I don't know how you can see me. Instagram, I guess you can, but I have one of my old phones. I don't turn them in. I keep them. These are computers. I wouldn't give away a phone. So I have that set up as a monitor right here. And all that phone has on it is the 5 minute histogram. The direction, the slope of that histogram is the direction that I'm trading in. So I'm looking to hopefully take some money off the table in the 72.62 range. But I'm going to keep an eye on this RSI. So let's get back. Come on, Denzel.
Speaks for you.
I love listening to Denzel talk.
Silence becomes more powerful than anything you could ever say. There's a certain power in speaking less, a power that makes each word you say matter more.
That's hard to do for an influencer.
People listen more closely because they know that when you do choose to speak, it's important. In a world where everyone is trying to get their voice heard, where people fill the air with opinions, thoughts, and endless commentary, there's something striking about someone who only speaks when they have something meaningful to say.
Make sure you've got a trading log.
And true communication. When you speak less, You force people to pay
I
attention.
feel these
They can't tune you out because they've learned that your words
quotes,
carry value.
ideas, thoughts.
They know you're not speaking just to hear yourself talk, not trying to dominate the
lists.
conversation or to impress. You're speaking with intention, with purpose, and that makes every word you say land with more impact. This approach also shows that you're thoughtful. You're not rushing to fill the silence or to prove that you have something to contribute. Instead, you're listening, observing, and taking in what's happening around you before offering your input. That kind of patience, that ability to hold back and wait for the right moment, gives your words a different kind of authority.
Head it
It
up.
shows that you don't speak just to be part of the noise. You speak when there's something worth saying. When you speak less, people don't just hear your words, they feel them. There's a weight, a gravity to them, because they're not diluted by constant talk.
Constant talk, man. A couple things make up good trading. And the reason I know a lot of you guys are not day traders. You don't need to day trade. This is 95% exactly the same the way that I would trade on a daily chart. Okay. You got to decide how aggressive you want to trade. You know, if you're swing trading, you could have a wide girth, so to speak. I mean, you could, when I'm trading here, let's say once a trade starts to run and I'm in the money, I'm up some money. Okay. I don't want to give it back. So as long as it goes black bar, black bar, black bar, black bar, black bar, black bar, I'm just riding the wave. Okay. The RSI starts to go extreme. I might start downsizing it because that allows me, one, to keep the money, but it also downsizes the risk because this is day trading, baby. There's risk. It could change like that. I've already done 100+ clicks in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, adding. But you notice the way I do it is I'll put on 100 shares, 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 100 shares. Then it runs. Cool. Maybe I didn't get as many as I wanted. Pulls back. Good. Okay. So, but now once we've got a run and I'm in enough money that, hey, I'd like to have that $100, that $50. First time it drops below this bar. Now, this is a more aggressive style of trading, okay? We call bar by bar. If the next bar drop below this bar and close it, and it's below the 5 exponential, I'm out. I'm taking the money and running. That's aggressive. You can't do that playing with yourself. You can't do that while you're driving a car. You can't do that while you're playing with the kids. So, that's just a more, let's check the RSI. Bam! I got to trim some. So now we're going to take some money off the table here. So how much do we want to take off the table? I think depends on how aggressive you're trading and also reading the sentiment of the market. Okay. If the market's not giving you much, be quick. So I'm up $380 right now. So I'm going to sell a third of this. Okay. I just sold a third of it at 72.61. Looks like, no, 72.60. Damn. How in it? See, that was not a good fill, man. I know it shows 60 here, but E-Trade, if you look at E-Trade, we're already at 70. See, so there's a slight delay. And now I know once you see that, it'll drive you crazy. I've traded for years and years successfully using stock charts with that delay. You only notice it. Once you notice it, it can drive. Look, there was my target, right? Bam, we hit it. So I want to be at about half position right here, man. If I was being honest, maybe I'm going to sell just a little bit more. I want to take me down to half size here. Oh, now look what happened. I'm out. Now I'm out. Totally out of the trade. You'll see why. Remember what I said. If it drops, let me take it over here so you can see. If it drops below that bar and below the 5, I don't want to be in. So we'll leave my cursor right here. And I'll show you what happened. Come on, Denzel, take us.
They stand out in contrast to all the empty
Boom.
chatter around them.
So I'm out.
And because you're
Now I'm ready to
selective
get
about
back
when and
in
how
because
you
it's
speak,
still
your
a
words have
stage
lasting
2
impact.
uptrend. I'm just showing you the way I'm
People
trading
remember
today,
them. They think
okay?
about them because they're not lost in
So
the
I'm
sea
going
of
to
everyday
initiate
conversation.
again back in for 100
Speaking
shares.
less also teaches you the art of choosing your words wisely.
So I'm back in.
You You become more intentional with what you say, understanding that every word matters when you don't use many of them.
But this again is
You
going
start to value clarity and
I'll be
precision
quick to
over
get
volume.
out of this if it drops back.
You learn how to communicate what's essential without adding unnecessary layers of explanation. In doing so, you not only command more respect, but also ensure that your message is understood clearly and powerfully. People who speak less are often seen as more in control, more composed.
We don't want to give back that
They don't
nice
feel
run
the
we
need to
just
dominate
had.
the conversation or prove their point by talking endlessly.
So I'll come in for less.
Instead, they make their points succinctly and let the words speak for themselves.
So we're back
This
in
restraint
nicely.
is a sign of confidence, of self-assurance,
Confidence,
because it shows that you trust in the strength of your words.
trust in the strategy.
You know they'll have the desired effect without needing to be repeated.
I know
or
it'll work
explained.
over time.
It's not just about talking less, it's about listening more.
It's about executing.
When you speak less, you naturally listen more carefully to others. You're not just waiting for your turn to talk, you're absorbing what's being said. This makes your responses more thoughtful and more relevant, which only adds to the weight of your words when you do choose to speak. People value someone who listens, who considers their words before responding. It creates a dynamic where your
If we hit this
contributions to the
70
conversation
again,
are respected because they're not impulsive, they're measured, deliberate, and
I'll trim
insightful.
it back down again.
Speaking
Okay.
less can also create an aura of mystery. When you're not constantly sharing your thoughts, people become curious about what you're thinking.
Now I've already clicked
They're more likely to seek your opinion, more interested in what you have to say.
about
you don't
12
make it
times
available
since
all
we've
the
been
time.
here.
In a sense, you
100
control
shares,
the
100
narrative
shares,
by
100
not
shares,
giving
100
away
shares,
too much.
trim,
And when you do
trim,
offer
100 shares, trim, 100 shares, trim, 100 shares, trim, 100 shares.
mystery,
Add 100 shares, add
in a
100
sense,
shares,
you've
add
given
100
the
shares.
situation real thought before offering your insight.
I'm about ready to get out though.
Ultimately, speaking less gives you power over your words. You control them. They don't control you.
This is our new
Use them
stop
as
zone.
tools to build, to influence, to make a point. And because you're not overusing them, they maintain their strength. People respect your words because they know you don't use them lightly. Every time you speak, you're adding value, and that's a power few people realize they can have. Success is a powerful communicator. It's the culmination of hard work, dedication, and persistence, and it has a language all its own.
See the new stop zone, right?
When you achieve success, it's
Make it
for
larger.
itself. You don't need to shout about your accomplishments or
Come
explain
on,
your
baby.
journey. The results, the impact, and the achievements.
So
are
I'm at half
self-evident.
size right now.
They tell a story.
I'm not
that
giving
no
back
amount of
that money
verbal
we just
explanation
made.
could match. When success arrives, it commands attention. People notice the outcomes, the promotions, the projects completed.
Check the
goals
5-minute
achieved.
chart.
These tangible results make a statement that words alone cannot convey. Success has a way of turning heads and shifting
See
perceptions.
the
because it
TSI?
demonstrates what's
Starting to get
possible
that
through
curl.
action.
See that money flow
Perseverance.
pattern?
It's a form of validation that comes not from what you say, but from what you've done.
Hold up, Denzel. My man Denzel, man, I love listening. Do you see this, guys? You know, you can draw on your indicators too, man. All right. This is a master's course, by the way. I'll fucking invoice you later. The years it took me to get all this. You need to see that curl, man. This TSI is very powerful. All you guys out there using TradeView, you don't fucking have this indicator. It's a very powerful indicator written by a guy named William Blue. The only thing I have by this guy is an article written in like 1990 something. He was an obscure technician, worked for some company. I think he worked out of Dallas, but he created the TSI. It's very similar to the MACD. And this was a standalone trading system. What he's waiting for is, even though he didn't refer to it as stages, he's waiting for that curl. Now, what I've done is combine that curl with the direction of the histogram, okay? And I'm combining it with the stages. And I'm combining, this is called confluence, by the way, if you've taken my swing trade classes. And I've got a, look, what is that? A doji. Bam! Right on the RSI, doji, stage one, got curl, got momentum. That tells me all in, baby, on the 1 minute. All in. All the duckies. I'm just pushing them in. Let me make sure I set that to refresh. Okay. You hear the guys out there mowing my yard, man. I got back from New Orleans and cry me a river. One of the problems with having multiple houses, every time you get back to your other house, everything's fucking broken, messed up. Came back to a roof leak. I've got 3 roof leaks right now. Boom. Watch this. We're going to get out on that RSI. What's up, Denzel? Come on, baby.
Success also builds credibility. When you have a track record of achievements, people start to trust your abilities and your judgment. They see that you follow through on your promises.
I'm really about even money since I got out, though.
Measurable outcomes.
But God damn it.
Credibility makes your future endeavors easier to support and trust. You don't need to convince people of your capability because your past success speaks volumes about your reliability and skill. Moreover, success attracts opportunities. When people see that you've achieved notable results,
back in.
They become more
see how I'm doing this?
Working with you, partnering with
I'm
you,
out back in. Now you're going to see it pop here.
Success
see?
Acts as a magnet, drawing in resources.
It goes below this candle.
That might not have been available otherwise.
And I'm playing aggressive today.
Your accomplishments create a reputation that opens doors and paves the way for future success. In many ways, success provides
one of the hardest problems that I see when it comes to trading. See, I got back in, right? I'm out, got back in. So now it's headed back up. One of the hardest things I see is, so I got out, and then as soon as it got back, boom, back in, got up. Yeah, I might give up a little, but I'm not fixing to take no big ass hit and lose the money. I'm going to get it back if it does head up. So it's no big deal. And now we're actually breaking out and I'm up. So we're going to make back all that little churn that I had there. One of the biggest problems I see, man, is people just don't click the damn button. You're not married to this shit. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. That's called trading. Okay. Trading is about risk management. It's about position sizing. So you want to make sure your size is adequate to your account, right? And then now our job as a trader is not to make money. The market's going to decide that. I don't know if I'm going to make money. All I can do is plot the levels and push the buttons. You're right. I can't lift the market. So I have nothing to do with me making money. All I can do is be an executor of the strategy. So one is I got to know the strategy. That's not even learning the strategy shouldn't take long at all. The hard part is implementing it. The hard part is getting your ass up every day to execute on it. The hard part is doing your homework every Sunday. The hard part is trying to see the big picture. Most people get stuck on charts and bottom up analysis, looking at stock. And then they fuck around. They're buying a stock in a sector that has zero chance of going up because the wind in that sector is pushing down. And so you got to be able to see the big picture and then drop down to bottom up where we look for individual stocks inside of those sectors. So now this is running like trying to buy Walgreens right now. Now, I'm not talking about investing down the road. Yeah, you just chip away at that. Pick up a few shares here, a few shares there. That's not trading, guys. Trading involves position sizing, risk management, exits. You're going to have a clearly defined exit. What I see a lot of people do when you start learning to trade, you're like, oh, well, I only have 5 shares. Okay, cool. Then don't execute on the trade. Don't ever learn to trade because you don't learn to click the button. In the beginning, your goal is to execute, not make money. Execute. Enter, set targets, hit them, click the damn button, next. And if you do that successfully, consistently, money will come to you. Don't worry, I'll give you the damn money. If you could show me that you can fucking trade, I'll give you the money, right? But no one's ever taken me up on that, by the way. No one's ever taken me up on that, man. Where's all my traders at? I've told people all the time, if you can show me that you consistently trade, I'd be happy to spot you on that, man. We'll partner on that. No one ever takes me up on that. Why is that? Why doesn't anybody ever take me up on that? I'm about to start trimming shares here. I'm going to sell 1/4. Man, we've had a very good day. I'm about to hit $700 today. Not bad while somebody else mows my yard, huh? That dude out there is working pretty damn hard. I know because I used to mow that yard all the time. I got 3 acres. I'm going to let him do it right now so I can trade and be live. What is leveraging myself? So I'm trading here, making money, right? I'm live on Instagram and YouTube, right? I'll write about it, right? All these things allow me to leverage myself. Now, this was telegraphed clear as could be on that 5-minute chart, man. I mean, this was classic money flow pattern here. Look at this. Sideways, up, then down, sideways, up. Now we're going to run. Maybe we run back to the opening, which would be 70.5 475. Now I held some shares over. Sometimes I showed shares over. Why would I hold them over? Because I think it's going to pop just by looking at going through the time continuity, going from a 1 minute to a 5 minute to the 15 to the 30 to the 1 hour to the daily. And from that, we can make a consensus of where is the market going. And so if it's still headed up going into the close, I'll just let it go. And then until 8 p.m. Eastern time, you can keep watching the trade. And so we made another $2 or $3. And I had 350 shares I held over, and I ran it up. And for every dollar, I would drop one off. And then around right a few minutes before 8 o'clock, I took it down to just 150 shares, which I closed at the open. Some of that is just intuition, man. Dude, we're up nicely now. Damn. All right, so what's happening here? Uh-oh. You see what I see? We got a doji, man. Come on, Denzel.
Form of social proof. It's a reflection of your efforts and abilities that others can see and understand. This social proof can be more persuasive than any argument or claim you can make.
Not yet. Bar by bar. Remember, bar by bar.
Capabilities when they see evidence of your achievements.
If it drops under that bar, I'm getting out.
Success is a testament to your skills and your perseverance, and it provides a concrete.
And if it wants to run, shit, I'll add more shares. Fuck it, let's add shares.
When you let your success do the talking.
I'm scared, Gerald. I'm so scared to click the button. I'm scared.
Grandiose claims.
What if I lose money, Gerald?
You let your achievements stand as a testament to your abilities. This confidence can inspire others and encourage them to believe in their own potential.
Believe.
It creates an environment where actions are valued over words and results are seen as the ultimate measure of success. Furthermore, success enables you to lead by example. By achieving your goals, you provide a model for others to follow. You show that it's possible to reach high standards through hard work and determination. Your success becomes a beacon for those who are striving for their own goals, demonstrating that dedication and effort can yield significant rewards. In this way, success becomes a narrative that unfolds on its own. It doesn't need embellishment or explanation.
See that doji?
Because the results are clear.
On the extreme?
The impact of your achievements tells a compelling story
that resonates
more deeply than any self-promotion. Success in its purest form is an eloquent communicator. It shares the tale of your journey, your efforts, and your capabilities without needing any additional words.
Clarity, you got to fucking trade, bro. I need to see a track record of winning fucking trades.
To your skills, your work ethic, and your vision. It validates your efforts in a way that's both clear and undeniable. So rather than focusing on selling yourself with words, let your success be the measure of your impact. Let it speak for you, proving through tangible results that your efforts were worthwhile and that you are capable of achieving great.
I'm out. Young lady that works for me has been paper trading now for a little over a year. Paper trading, a little over a year. Consistently, every day. So I'm out. And you're going to see, because it broke this right here. Consistently. Now, so we're going to get just a basic pullback, right? What I like to see, what I used to wait to see is I needed to see the RSI go below the 50. You could choose either one. If you wait on the 14, it could take a minute. Faster trading, you're going to use this. I like to see it go under and then back above. On a daily chart, that's usually what I look for to re-enter. We're day trading. It moves, see, it moved down, moves a little faster. So I'm not giving any of this back, man. I'm trading bar by bar. Remember, we're going to do the same thing I did on the previous run. If I come in here, I'm going to come in at 100 shares. Once I think it's stopped, but because we're still in an uptrend, okay? I just don't want to give the money I made back. I think we're up. We got to be up $300 or $400 just on this run. All right, but I don't have any interest in riding this down and waiting and hoping it holds, and which it should hold right around in here. But if it doesn't, now I'm not trying to short this. So why is this moving so slow? Hold on a second. This is moving really slow. I'm already 2 bars ahead over here. All right, there we go. I think it was just hung up. Yeah, I've offered that to people in our day trade group, and we have a channel called the Tqqq. Now I don't need swing traders. I know how to swing trade. I can do all my own. To my day trading or fast trading, less than a couple days. Stock pickers. I'm always looking for stock pickers. I don't need motherfuckers who run filters and then bring me oh, this is a money flow. That's not what I'm talking about. So one of the things, I have two people that help me analyze stocks. And when you bring me a stock, if they bring me a ticker, I say, how much is it worth? Meaning if I'm going to write a check for the whole damn company, how much am I going to pay? If you don't know that, don't bring the stock to me. And then what do they do? Explain it to me. How do they make their money? Who's their biggest competitor? What is your catalyst? Why do you think this stock is going to go up? And it could just be that it's in a hot sector and it's been, a stock that hasn't done well. But then you have a reason. What the hell is this? What the hell? Hold on a second. What the fuck? I was going to say, okay. That was a misprint. That thing showed it going up. It's not going up at all. It's going down. That was weird. All right. So we're putting in it's trying to put in a doji right here at the 20. I'm watching on the level too. And if it does that, I'm going to jump back in, assuming that we're going to head up. And then that will be my new stop zone. It's just like we did here. Got in, rode it up in, took some off here. And then boom, I was out here. And then what? Back in, we rode it up, took some off, coming down. So now what? I'm waiting for my stop right here. Same thing. I'm going to keep riding this stage 2. It's technically still a stage 2. 5 hasn't crossed and price hasn't closed below the 20, but now it's headed down. Now, I kind of wanted to short it. I'm going to be honest. I was tempted to, but I got you guys here, so I don't want to confuse anybody. If you look at the 5, let me just show you. Boom. You see how we've come down on the 5? And look, you see where the trend now, the slope? See the slope? So let me take you over here. Go down. Now what? The slope has turned. But here's the thing. The slope is still on the bullish side of things, okay? So I'm not ready to get too bearish yet. I'd really like to see it below. Because we do have some support here. Let me draw these out so we have it. We have some support here. We'll see if that holds. I got a feeling it does. I don't trade on my feelings, though, obviously. And so far, so we'll give this a second. It's trying to hold here, man.
Words are like steps on a path.
I'm in for
Each one
I'm
you
back
choose
in.
Can lead you in a specific direction, shaping outcomes.
The low of this candle is my stop loss.
Just as you wouldn't walk without purpose, you shouldn't speak without intention.
My stop is right here.
Every word carries weight and meaning, and how you use them.
Now the 5 is not really in our favor.
And your goals.
But look at this on the 5.
Your words purposefully.
Once we're on
deliberate about what you want to communicate and how you want to be perceived.
Let me pause him for just a second. Once it's on the bullish side, I should have mentioned this. I then tend to run up and look at the chart itself, okay? Does that make sense? Once we're on the bullish side of things, I like to look at the chart itself and look. Even though the histogram is pointing down, the price is above the 20. If you were to look at this, this is a good play right here. This was a daily chart, we'd be looking at buying, right? So, but we're on the 1 minute. So we've kind of got it back in our favor. So here's my stop loss. I got in about right here. Let me see where I got in.
It's not about filling the air with chatter or responding impulsively. Instead, it's
72.58.
about the effect your words
where I got
have,
filled.
how they will be received, and what you hope to achieve with them. Just as you plan
I'm in a full position again now.
In the right direction, you should plan your words to ensure they align with your goals and values. Purposeful speech means considering the context and the
Histogram went
audience.
flat.
It involves understanding the needs and perspectives of the people you're communicating with and tailoring your message to resonate with them. It's about being clear and precise, avoiding ambiguity, and ensuring that your message is not only heard but understood.
I trade the same way on the
This
daily,
approach
man.
minimizes misunderstandings and ensures that your communication is effective and impactful.
Boom.
Choosing words with purpose also reflects respect for your audience.
Reset
Shows
the
that
target.
you value their time and attention, and that you're committed to conveying your message thoughtfully. When your words are chosen with care, they show consideration for the listener's experience and foster a more meaningful
New
and respectful
target.
dialogue. It's a way of demonstrating that you're engaged and that you respect the importance of clear and effective communication. Moreover, purposeful speech can enhance your credibility. When you speak with intention, people recognize that you are knowledgeable and confident about what you're saying. They can see that you've thought through your words and that you're not just speaking off the cuff. This thoughtful approach builds trust and respect as others perceive you as someone who communicates with clarity and integrity. When you choose your words like you choose your steps, you also create more impact. Each carefully chosen word can reinforce your message and help you achieve your objectives. Whether you're delivering a speech, engaging in a conversation, or making a decision, purposeful language ensures that your communication is
You see the 5 now is going in our direction.
I know a little bit about what I'm talking about, but I don't know what did you do. I'm sure everybody in here is more learned than I, much more of a scholar than I. But I know about coming back.
See it?
From seemingly
It's now ticking up.
I know about coming back from doctors tell you that you can't or that you shouldn't. Oh, you're too old. You shouldn't be. You should sit down somewhere and take it easy.
Take it easy, son. Take a break, man. You need to go on vacation, bro.
I got my AARP card in my wallet right now.
Oh, shit.
In the same group.
I got hit when I looked away.
You should sit down, sir. Because of your diagnosis.
I should have got out right there. It's all right. We're still above the...
Bullshit. Hell no.
Hell no.
Every time I go to the doctor, they tell me what I shouldn't be doing.
Hell no.
And what I should be doing. And what I
want
to do. And what I can't.
Let's go, baby. 73.
And I politely go out the door.
And do what the I want to do.
And I'm going to do that.
Until the day I die.
This is my life. And I choose to live it the way I want to live it. I won't let you decide how I live this life. I don't care how long or short it is. It's mine, motherfucker. And I'm going to use it how I see fit. So your stories motivate me. They say, oh, after 35 years of lifting weights, and open heart surgery, dying 3 times on the operating table, CT. What motivates you? Your story motivates me. Your story motivates me. The stories of extreme will. People that came through something or circumstances that they were not supposed to go through. You just ain't supposed to be able to do it.
I'm out. Damn.
They did it any goddamn way.
See why, right? We might get back in. It's holding it. Still holding this stop.
Until some crazy son of a bitch has the audacity to believe that no matter what the
Take a shot with a very tiny position here.
says,
But Gerald, you're in and out. You're clicking buttons too fast. It's in and
you
out.
don't believe it, just sit your ass down over here and watch me do it. How do you teach people to not look at something and say immediately, because the appearance, I can't do it, I give up, before they even attempt it? Oh, that's overtraining. Simply because it sounds like more than I ever done before. I can't do that. I won't even try. I won't even try. I give up before I even try. No.
We're sitting right at support.
Oh, I tried, but I fell short.
I'm in for a
I
little.
tried my best, but I fell short.
Small, small, small.
Is there victory in that?
But that small will get back that little churn that I just got hit with.
Anytime
Anytime.
that you give your best effort, that you give everything that you possibly can give, there is satisfaction in knowing that I did my absolute best.
Yeah, dude.
I did all I can do. There's victory in that. There's satisfaction.
Woo, baby, we are up today. Shit, I should just go home. I am home, but you know what I mean. Damn. I'm going to tell you, I earned it today, too. I've been in and out, I bet 100 times. But that hurts my thumbs, Gerald. Clicking so much hurts my thumbs.
It is so important, the effort that you give. My last competition, I was
Come on, man. We're about to blow it.
But I consider it my greatest competition. Why, CT? You didn't get it. Because the day
Adding
before
shares.
that competition, my doctor looked me
I like
in the
to add
face
right
and
at
said, "You go
support.
out there and you try to bench press 705 pounds, it's going to kill you.
Come on, man.
Your valve is too weak. It'll be too much of a strain.
Added shares, full position.
Explode right there on the stage and you
At support.
die in front of all them people." That's my doctor told me that.
Come on, baby.
I have trained my whole life for this. I have devoted
5 minutes flat.
to this. This
Trends to the upside.
is the reason for my existence.
Well, it's signaling a turnaround. Bam!
And you're asking me if I am going to compete?
Full position already.
Of course. Of course. If I do.
Come on, man. Full position already. Are we still on Instagram? We are. So we're live on Instagram. I've been playing with it. This is I use a streaming software to stream on YouTube. Finally figured out how to make it work on Instagram. You can actually do it on TikTok too, but I can't even be on there, dude. Every time I go live on TikTok, they ban me. I get restricted for 3 days. You are not allowed. The F word is considered hate speech. Man, in my vocabulary, that's just a word. Damn. It really depends on the tone of the word. Man, this is great. That's not hate speech. Man, you. Maybe that's just being mean. Or, man, I can't even believe it. Okay, that's excitement and confusion. That word can be used a lot of different ways. I don't understand how they can just ban a word, man. How can you ban a word? I don't understand it. Full position here. I'd be adding shares, homies. Let's, oh, ugh. Come on, man. Come on. Daddy needs it. Come on. Come on, man. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. Let's go.
You happen to die on that stage tomorrow,
Come
then
on.
you know what?
We'll die on this.
So fucking big.
Right. We lose our money. Take it to zero.
I'm gonna do that fucking shit anyway.
I'm going to do it anyway.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
Anyway.
I'm gonna put out the king, the rule, the beast
The beast.
that I was born to be. So do what you may.
10 foot tall and bulletproof. Man, I like OCT, man. All right, listen. We've got this support zone here at about 72.40. Now, this could have stopped me out, right? Okay, say it does. Bam, right back in when it got back into the box. I don't use hard stops. That didn't stop me out. So, boom, it is what it is, okay? Is what it is. We're up about, we've got to be up about $800 now, if I'm counting right. But in the words of Kenny Rogers, you got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them. You got to know when to walk away, and you got to know when to run. There's no time for counting your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for that when the dealing's done. If you haven't ever heard of that, that right there, my friends, is called The Gambler by Kenny Rogers. I know some of you don't like country music. Not a big fan, but Kenny Rogers breaks down trading. Position sizing. He says you got to know when to hold them. That's position size. You need to know how much, man. Know when to fold them. That's risk management, okay? That includes exits and stops. That's what these are, these blue lines here. These are my exits and stops. I'm not trading unless I have a plan on that, okay? There is no reason to trade. You got to know when you're bailing. I know we have a lot of new people in Discord with me. Hit that QR code if you're not on my email list. I'll make you smarter. Everyone around me gets smarter and richer, or they get away from me because they get tired of me telling them, hey, you need to get smarter and richer, homie. I don't like dumb, broke friends, by the way. So I don't hang out with dumb, broke people. Now, I will hang out with them for a minute to help them not be dumb and help them not be broke. But after a while, you got to let them go. That's not you guys, though. That's why you're here. Hopefully. All right, I'm actually down on this trade. I really don't like that. We're right at support, so I'm actually going to add a little, and I shouldn't. I'm in a full position, but I made that full position rule up myself. Meaning my size. I got plenty of money to trade more. There's no reason to run max tilt every day, man. Now, let me see. Are we still on YouTube? Let me see if I can hear myself on YouTube, man. Let me see if I can hear myself on YouTube. Yeah, man, I hear myself. Let's see. Well, I sure do like that. When I blew it up, the way they saved it, that looks much better. Well, I sure do like that. When I blew it up, the way they saved it, that looks much better. All right, 52 watching and 52 likes. Well, that's nice. 52 watching and 52 likes. Well, that's nice. All right, very cool. Man, we're breaking down, man. Man, oh man, oh man. We're going to have to bail, man. Come on, man. What is going on? I'll give it just a second here. They may be stop hunting. I like to add, right? I know this sounds crazy, but let's say I'm not in a full position. I like to add right there at the stop zone. Why? Because the risk is very tiny. Meaning that let's say I add a bunch of shares and then I bust them, I close them out right there. My risk was much smaller than if I added them on the breakout up here. Does that make sense? So if I start adding, let's say I don't have a full position. Let me take this up a little. so you can see what I'm talking about. Oh, what the fuck is this? Oh, let me close this out. Oh, yeah, okay. You see how we broke it there? We'll give it just a second. Now, what is probably happening, and you need to be quick to identify this. I'm going to show you something here, okay? And then put me on your Christmas list. This is going to save you a lot of money if you're trading. You don't have to tiptoe, D. These guys aren't. These are just junky traders. Let's see. Like me. What we have here is a failure to communicate. Some men, that's just the way they are. This is starting the death spiral, and the faster you can spot the elusive down channel, and here's what it'll do. You'll be down a little bit, and you go, let me give it a bar, and then it'll kind of come up. You'll be like, oh, cool, and then it'll drop down. You'll be like, oh, shit, and then it'll come up, and then next thing you know, you have grinded down slowly, losing your ass a bunch of money. So I am out of this trade right now. And that is probably what's going to happen. Let's give this a second and see if it doesn't grind down to right here to the next blue line. Would I short it here? I don't know. Let's check the 5. Oh, yeah, man. Maybe we do. All right, man. I'm going to put on a little bit of a short. Not much because I'm a little late to the game, but just so you can see. It's hard to do all of this while controlling the controls. Now, this short may not last long. The overall trend is to the upside on the daily, but right now, look, that is a stage 4 decline right here on the 5-minute chart. Now, it's very difficult on E-Trade to short the TQQ. I don't like doing the SQQ because you have to recalculate everything. It's confusing. So I just short the, oh, no, that was a bad idea. We are coming back. And fast. So there you go. Let me give it just a second. But you see why, right? We had the downtrend and we had that right here. So let's save that. And let me get back to the QQQ. Let me clean this up some because it's just fucking atrocious now. Sorry for all the rapid movement. I'm just trying to do it fast so I can watch price over here. All right. Now, we expected it to come down. And we'll put it back on the big screen here. If we get above that 5, man, which we are. So now I'm out of that short. And I am back in a long position. That was fast, man. That was fast. And if we check the 5-minute, it has not quite turned, okay? So that's just me trading, you know. You got to be careful doing that because I'm going against the trend here. But I took a very small position. It rejected that down movement there pretty fast. And once we're back above the 5 and 10, we didn't even go near this support. That tells me we're back on. I'm not in a full position, though. I jumped in at half. Anytime I'm going against the trend, I tend to go half position, man. Because now, if the market's very volatile and we're moving fast, I may just take full positions immediately if I can get it low. So I usually run hotkeys. One hotkey is a full position. So what I call the dump key, meaning whatever share count I have, you'll see me constantly touching my screen. That's just me readjusting. So if I sell, say, 100 shares, I go to my hot dump key and I adjust it by 100 shares. So I'm constantly touching it, constantly going back and forth on the screen here. Because that actually could be the difference between $100 and $200 in a day, depending on the size you're trading. Because if your keys aren't ready, and it starts to run, and you can't dump, and the bar just goes woo while you're sitting there fucking around with your buttons. I don't like I used to day trade with hotkeys on my keyboard. Now that I trade pretty much with pads, unless I'm in front of the computer on YouTube, I trade with pads. One time my son came up and just when I went to the bathroom and just started typing. And he got me long, short, long, and some shorts. And I didn't notice it at first and came in the room, started playing with him. And then I look up and realize I'm down $600. Instead of being up, he had hit the hotkeys. So I no longer have hotkeys on keyboards. As I'm sitting there talking to you, I realize I don't have the dump key right. So I had 500 shares and my dump key was set at 300 shares. So if I would have dumped, I would have still had 200 shares. And if you don't catch that right away, that could be the difference in you being profitable or not being profitable during the day. Now, look what's happening though. We are right back to this. Goddamn, this is what I was telling you. This is the risk. The 5 minutes still pointing down. So if you're a new trader, I would hardcore stick to how. Look at this. Remember what I was telling you? It can get you in there. It'll even someone like me. It'll sneak you in. Now what I was looking at was this here. Okay, this here, right around in here. That's pretty close. I know, and I'm gonna take that up. Let me pull this back so you can see it on Instagram. This is the dreaded down channel. This will take all your money. You will be chipped to death in this. And you can see it heading down. As I'm explaining it to you, it's happening right in front of me. This motherfucker. I've had a big day, so I'm going to give it just a minute. And now the reason I jumped is we're coming back up into a support level. But if we look at the 5, look at the 5. It's not in our direction. See it? The slope is to the downside, man. But it's not much. Like we're right in here, okay? So it's not, you see what happened here. Look, as soon as it turned down, 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 down. This right here told you, trade to the downside or don't trade. And look at the move, straight down, okay? So this is why the 5 is so important. And now, if we get back to the daily, I'm going to pull a Wes Watson and go out there and yell at that guy for mowing my yard while I'm on YouTube. You ever seen that video of Wes Watson? He goes out and he's like, hey, hey, hey. He starts yelling at the dude. Turn that off. The guy's trying to mow his yard. Damn, 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 damn. Man, come on, man. See, now we're below that. I'm going to give it. This is what kills you. I literally just told you what happens. You go, I'm going to give it a bar. And then it goes. And then by then you're at this next support level. And you're like, well, let me give it. And that is how you get turned. So you want to be quick, man. So I'm going to dump out of this for now. All right. I'm going to let this set up. The moment I dump out of it, it'll turn around. But we are in a sloping down channel. I've been live for, how long have I been? I've been going for a while. I got to go pick up a car. Where should I send it? Easy. I trade daily. Clarity, just email me, bro. Send me an email. Show me what you're doing. How you doing it? I gotta see that. Man, I might take a shot on the short side. Making money the flyway. And I don't know about this short side though. It was working this morning. I just feel like the market wants to turn around. I'm going to take a little stab at it, okay? Just because we're having fun. And the 5-minute histogram is set up, but the actual chart itself still looks bullish. So that's why we're getting a little conflict. Let me show you what I'm saying. So here's the 5-minute. See, it's still kind of holding in there, man. And that's where you can get a little conflict. But look, the histogram is saying downside, okay? But the chart itself is saying upside. So, typically if you get like that, that's confusion, right? You don't have confluence. It's not And best thing to do usually in those situations, just step aside, man. Especially if you're day trading. Now, trading on a day chart, obviously, here's the thing. I trade exactly the same. You know how long it would have taken you to do what we just did on a day chart? What, 6 months? So we just did 6 months of trading right there, and one. That's the value of day trading. Some of you guys, what you should do is skip your damn vacation, come trade with me for a week. That's what you should do. Then you could probably go on a lot of vacations because you have a way of making money, man. So I'm back on the long side. It moves so fast, Gerald. My head is spinning. So look over here. Oh, clicking the buttons, click, click, click. Look, it went flat, baby. That tells us indecision. And we already kind of knew that, right? This was holding on the 5, man. But I'm really concerned with this histogram. Now I'm back. I'm in a full position. All right, because once we get that flat, to me, that's a doji on the histogram is really what it is. Right here. See how it went flat? Doji on the histogram. So that's what, right here it went flat. And then it's indecision is what it means. It doesn't know if it wants to go up or down. So then I got to go up here and look at the chart. And I say, okay, well, we got a support zone. It's trying to push above it. So then if I go over to the 1 minute, which is what I'm trading on, I'm getting that breakout. But we're still in this goddamn sloping channel. I really would like to see us break above the slope of this channel, man. These channels will kill you. So once you've identified them, be careful. Look, it's rejecting it. Damn. So you'll see short sellers, they'll wait for it to hit the top of the channel. They'll take a shot at the short side up here, man. And that's a strategy. That's just not the money flow strategy. A lot of strategies work, man. It's just, will you work them and stick with them? Remember, you're not always, the way you're trading, and see now it's back to the downside. God damn it. So I'm not going to dump this yet because it's basically where I got in, but I am definitely going to downsize it. So I immediately will cut a trade in half if things just don't look right, man. Yep. And I'm going to get back on the short side for a second. Now, the problem I'm having is we're getting this on the, so I'm on the short side now. Now, you may say, well, you're going to get churned a lot. I am, but I'm going to make up for it on the big runs, okay? Now, if this holds right here, I don't even know, man. I'll probably step aside for a minute and see what's up. Because you can get caught in that little loop, man. Sometimes, when you get like that, it seems it's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. And, it's kind of caught in this little zone where it's not, it's not clear. Well, that also is called fucking trading. It's not easy. And you don't have to trade both sides. I'm trading pretty aggressive today. I'm trying to make some money, but you can just wait for those long setups. Just make sure if you're doing that, if you're waiting on those long setups, you need that 5-minute histogram. You need whatever you need a higher time frame. The gentleman that taught me how to trade was a man named Dr. Elder, and Dr. Elder, he wrote a famous book called Trading for a Living. And I don't trade the way he does, but he was a big proponent of what they call the triple screen. You look at 3 time frames. Now he used the weekly, the daily, and the hourly. To me, that's the weekly's of no use to me. It's too far out, The weekly is too far out for me. Now it just went flat, bro. So I'm just gonna step aside here, take a very tiny position to the upside, but we're still in this channel, man. So you see what can happen. So we're living it. The only reason I'm taking a shot again is we've got this support level building right here. Right. And that's how channels break, is you start to get a support where it starts to kind of march sideways. And that's what I'm betting on. If this breaks, I'm just going to call it. Now the MACD just went flat, man. The 5-minute, again, indecision. See it? Indecision. That's the doji of the histogram, really. Indecision. But look, the 5's still holding this little zone. So we could figure out what this is and then place our stop right there. I can tell you what this is. So there's 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bar, 4 bar. That's 20 minutes, right? So come over here, and what do we got? 1 bar, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's that average right there. So we got a nice support zone here. Time continuity. I'm just looking at time. Let me take this down. Let me check a 30-minute chart. Sorry. Take this down. Let me check a 30-minute chart here before I get out of here. Yeah, 30 minutes pointing down. Let's check the 1 hour. 1 hour is pointing down. Now, these don't really matter too much on a 1 minute chart, but boom. And you can see what we rejected the move up and we're right back into where we were. But price is still above the 5. Somebody in Discord was asking about the gap in the SPY. There's no gap. It opened and came down and filled the gap. So there's no gap here. Price is still above the 5. Anybody that's bearish is just dumb. There's really no reason to be bearish right now. There really isn't. I'm talking about on the overall market. The market has been bullish. I've been saying this for 2 years. Stay bullish. Market is going higher. It has to with all the Fed printing, All of the problems have been transferred to the housing market, not the stock market. All right, we're headed up, man. So all your problems have been moved to the hold on. All right, back in a full position here. Then we'll see if we get a little run here, and then I'll get out of here. I got to go pick up a car, man. That house I showed yesterday on my story, that house had been a drunk driver ran into that house. That's why it was all jacked up. People thought it was tenants did it. That wasn't tenants. So I put in an order for the TQ to add to my position, and it took it 35 seconds to fill the order. Wow. All right, so we're headed back up, man.
Bro, I'm the boss, motherfucker. I tell you what to do. You don't tell me. I told your ass to.
Oh, right back down. Man, look, it's rejecting it. We're in sloping downtrend.
All the way.
Oh.
From the top, the best. Competing on stage against the best and the strongest motherfuckers of my day. To the motherfucking rock bottom.
On that note, man, I'm going to take my winnings and
rock bottom. In 2005, I had open heart surgery, emergency open heart surgery. During that surgery, flatline 3 times.
Wow.
Didn't know where I was.
See it? Sloping down channel. Damn. This is the. And you really can't short it either.
From the motherfucking dead. You was that motherfucker supposed to be dead 3 times over. Came back. The doctors came in, they looked at me. This one great, powerful man, 180 pounds.
I'm short. I'm going to try it. But anyway, man, let's wrap it up. It's going to take a minute to, let me see. We're getting churned, man. Getting churned. What's up, Carlos? My man, where's the Wolf of Wall Street? I ain't seen him in here. What's up, Richard? What's up, Richard, man? I hope you're doing well. Hope the real estate's going well. And that's it, man. Peace out. I'll save this to YouTube. You guys be good. If you're on Instagram, it'll be saved on YouTube.